Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is like my first official quasi-vlog for Vlogmas. It's not really going anywhere. We're literally just gonna stay here, so I feel like it's not super vloggy, but it's a partial vlog. It's gonna be a bit of a shorter video and not a whole lot happening. Mostly a bunch of talking. Last year I don't know if it was the first video that I posted, and I don't know if I did this each year, but it was something like I had in mind. Like I wanted one of my first videos for Vlogmas to be very like Christmassy, holiday, get in the spirit. I kind of failed on that this year, although I've been good so far in getting like all my makeup videos up. But yeah, this year, this particular video it's not going as planned, and I'm just trying to make the best of it and do what I can. So I did put the tree up. So this is the tree that I bought last year. If you want to see more of like an in-depth of this tree, you can see it a bit more in my video last year. I had it in a different location. I had it in the corner of my room. I have it over here now because I have furniture rearranged for like filming, and then I have like a little setup for Wanda and her little like cozy spot with like sort of gating around it, but she doesn't really need it. But I think she likes it because it makes her feel safe. So yeah, the setup is a little bit different. Tree's in a little bit of a different spot. I do really like this tree, but I don't know if it'll show up. Probably as I'm moving around, you'll see bits of white. That's the worst part about the tree. I like a flecked tree, but it is a messy situation. It's a very messy tree, but very pretty. I also like that it has the lights are already on, so I don't have to or on the tree, not turned on. But my one issue is it comes with this little remote, which kind of was showing issues last year, but worked for the most part. This year, I'm having issues getting it to work. It will turn the lights off. Let's see if the modes will work, or the brightness. Let's try brightness first. Okay, brightness is working. Oh, it just decided to change modes entirely when I changed the brightness. Oh, we're changing modes now. So I was playing with the remote earlier, and it wasn't working. So I would say that's probably one of the downsides of this. The remote is kind of working, but it has all sorts of different modes with the different colors. I actually do sometimes like the multicolor. I'm more of like a white lights, but sometimes the different lights, I don't like the flashing. It's too much. But like that fading is really nice. The color is really nice, and then that's, oh, see, this is where it gets stuck at the top. There we go. So we're back at number 1. And there is like a brightness. You can up and down the brightness, which I really like as well, because like when it's very dark in here, it's nice to kind of dim it down a little bit. Right now I have like lights everywhere, which is not a great setup. You can see shadows. But we're making do with what we've got. I did, again, last year talk about like I have very minimal decorations for this tree, but I did buy a couple of new decorations. The first one was this really pretty bird. Hopefully it will focus. It's very shiny. So I might have a hard time focusing on it. It's just from Walmart, I think. Just this little bird. I'm going to try and paint the year on it so I can mark the year, but it's nice. Like it's one of those like tinny light ones. And then I did buy a box of this, which has, I think, 4. They're like iridescent pine cones, which fits my theme. My tree is very iridescent, winter wonderland in the forest kind of thing. So I did put up garland already, and this is the garland that I bought. That's just like the beads, and again, they're kind of iridescent. I liked to have it because it gives a bit of filler to it, but it's not overwhelming like a full garland like what I've had before. This is also a slim tree, so I kind of want to keep it light. But yeah, that's it for. I've got to cut this off. Let me go cut this off. The little tag. So this one's gonna go right front and center. It's the new one. So the goal is to kind of buy one new decoration a year. I might then move away from some of my filler type decorations as I do that. I like a tree that's kind of whimsical with like different decorations. Like I don't like it when it's just all one ball or all one thing, but I do have like similar ones that are like, so these are like the big one that I have. So yeah, kind of to get how we got here. I've had the tree out, like not up, but the box out for almost a month now. And I've had the tree up for probably a week and a half, but like I still left it like just straight out of the box, and it was like all mushed up. And like I had all the Christmas decorations, like all the bins out, which I don't have that many anymore. I have like smaller, small bins. Those little canvas bins that fit in the box, in sort of like box shelving, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just like I've had the tree out, and I've been meaning to film this, and like I said, I wanted it to be sort of the first video that I filmed, and I could not get into it. And I watched one of Leah Janae's vlog videos that she just posted, I think yesterday or the day before, and she's just like, man, I'm having a hard time getting into it. And I was like, girl, I feel ya. I'm in the same mode. I'm having a hard time just kind of getting into the spirit and having the energy to do this kind of stuff, like decorating. So like, I'm probably not going to finish decorating this before the end of this video, and I am okay with that, because I also have to edit and post this, so it's ready for tomorrow. So I don't have a whole lot of time to do that. Yeah, things have been busy, like not super busy, but busy and just weird. Like, so for example, last week, like I had a pretty busy week. I've been trying to go to the gym. I went to the gym like every single day, but nothing like crazy hard, like just the regular classes that I normally do. And Sunday just like fell apart on me. I had a great day Saturday, got a lot done. I think I filmed 2 or 3 videos. And then Sunday, I just crashed. Like, I was so tired. My body was exhausted. I literally could not get up. And, like, walking the dog, like, I took the dog for her walks, and I just, like, I felt, like, the one part where we're walking, it was, like, it's not even uphill, but it's, like, kind of, like, a graded uphill. And my legs were just, like, no, like, this is not working. And I wasn't sleepy tired. I was just physically exhausted. And I don't know why, because it wasn't really, like, I did anything. But I think it was just my body being like, yo, you need a day. So sometimes I have to take a day, which is going to be challenging because I do want to film 4 Vlogmas for every day. The challenge that I'm going to have with this process is I have nothing pre-filmed. So previous years, I always had like 2 or 3 videos pre-filmed, so it wasn't too much. Like if I had a day where I didn't have anything ready, it was like, or hadn't filmed, I had something already ready in the hopper that I could just post. This year, that's not happening. So we're gonna have some challenges. Trying to keep up with the schedule. I don't have, like, all the videos that I have planned are like not major videos. I, again, wanted to do like, I wanted to go to Distillery District. I've filmed there before. I did one, I think 2 years ago I did one there. And I just don't even think I'm gonna have the time to get there this year. Like, it's hard to do some of those things. Like, again, I'm kind of the person, like, I need to fit those things in after work, but I also want to go on a day when it's not too busy to make it easier. And if I go on the weekend, I got to go first thing, but then I have other things that I do first thing. This is how my mind works. And this is, I think, why I'm exhausted all the time. So I am haphazardly placing stuff. I will probably finagle with this later and move stuff around, but we're just placing stuff now just to get it up on the tree. So yeah, one thing that I did do this week, sorry, I'm going to just open this, it's going to be noisy. I did attend, oh, there's 6 of them in here, I thought there was 4. I did attend a conference on artificial intelligence. Well, it was a Microsoft conference, so it was free, and it was primarily on AI and like their AI products. And if you don't know me, my background is tech. I've talked about that a lot in previous videos, that like I'm a techie person. And I have a lot of mixed feelings about AI. I'm really curious to know what you guys think about AI. Do you use it? Do you use it at work? Do you use it for personal reasons? Are you excited about it? Are you afraid of it? Are you just like, I don't care about it? They emphasized a lot about like they like the word democratization, and it democratizes things, basically making it an equal playing field. And I somewhat disagree with them on that. So I love technology for the fact that it helps people. It makes people's lives better. For the most part, there's a lot of things about technology that makes people's lives better. The things that get me jazzed with tech are when it helps people do their jobs better, helps their lives better, personal or work. But the whole thing saying that it's like, oh, it makes things equal for everybody, I feel like that's not true, because like I'm already seeing it at my work. So we are so behind on AI at my work. Like we barely use it. and most people don't even know how to use it, and most people don't understand. Like, I've had to explain to a lot of people, like, it doesn't have logic. Like, it's getting there, but it doesn't have logic. So some of the tests you can do is, like, ask it how many letter R's are in the word strawberry. So it should be 3, but it can't do that because of how it's built. It uses tokens. It knows the word strawberry, probably knows the word straw and the word berry, but it doesn't know, like, how to spell. So it doesn't have the logic. It's definitely an interesting way of how it works. It's like it's a language processing model, but not a spelling model, if that makes sense, and not a logic model. So again, one of the things it talks about is hallucinations, or the things that it does, like when it comes up with like crazy answers. And I mean, it's doing that because it was trained to answer everything. So if it doesn't have an answer for something, it puts together what it thinks is the best thing that it knows about that's related, or, you know, from, again, the tokens on how it puts things together. So sometimes those things just don't make sense. It doesn't know that, though. And the guy, again, at the conference, the one guy was like, it's kind of like when somebody goes to a job interview and they are asked a question in the interview and they have no idea what the answer is, so they just make something up. So it's kind of like that. So anyway, long story short, I think AI has pros and cons, but I still think it's not as equalizing as they're trying to tout it to be, because there's a learning curve for it. And I think the people that can pick up on how to use it and how to use it effectively and understand the, like, pros and cons about it are going to be leaps and bounds ahead of other people. Like, so it's similar to back when I got in technology, the internet was still fairly new for the average person. The internet had been around since late 80s, early 90s, but this was mid 90s when it started, like, commercializing, and we had bought it. Like, we had bought a computer, we got online, and I was really good because I knew how to, it wasn't Googling at the time, but I knew how to search. I knew how to find answers because I knew how to search. And again, when Google first came out, I knew how to Google. I knew how to find answers. I knew where to look. I knew how to phrase things. I would dig through stuff. I knew what I was looking for. And it kind of got me a step ahead of other people because I knew how to do that. And that's what I think we're at with this. I think we're kind of in this phase where it's going to be super helpful for people and it's going to suck for other people because you're going to get left behind. And it may or may not affect you, but it could. It really depends. There's some stuff that they did present that I'm like, now that's really cool, and I really hope that that becomes part of the future because, again, certain things like older people using the internet or like online forums, or people that have like disabilities trying to use those things, if we can make those things easier for the average person. Sorry, there's somebody honking. There's been so much honking today. I also found out that line 1 has been down. I don't really know what's going on. So line 1 is like the main. We have the worst subway system for a major city, by the way. It's not the worst. It's the worst in terms of we have a terrible map. Like, we don't have a lot of stops. Like, when you look at London, it's like this huge web of stops. Toronto has two lines, 2 main lines. That's it. And the one main one apparently is down. I don't know what's going on. So maybe that's why people are angry. There's lots of, like, angry people out there. So anyway, that was my little TED Talk on AI. These are probably my favorite decoration, and I wish I bought more of them. They only came in a set of 3, and I should have bought 2 sets, so I had 6 of them. They won't focus on the camera very well because they're sort of iridescent little, like, reindeers. Aren't they so cute? They're so pretty. They're like an acrylic plastic. So not as fragile as some other decorations. So one of the other things that I did want to talk about in this video, I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about except for one more thing, and then I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to try and finish decorating this, and maybe I'll throw in a little photo of it. But it's related to all these concepts together. So I don't know where to put this. I'm putting everything in the same spots. So at the conference, they touted, and you hear this a lot in business, it's like, this is going to free up so much time. Like, this is so much faster. It's like, we can scan all these emails and put together a little summary for you and send out an automated message, and you're going to have all this free time now. But what are we doing with that free time? Like, I don't get that free time to, like, go and, like, hang out at the pool. Like, there's this expectation, I think. These are my other favorite decoration. They're my little birds. So the big bird is the mama bird. to the little baby birds. Aren't they so cute? I think I got these at Canadian Tire, maybe Walmart. They clip on to like the little things, but I just sort of sit them on. And it's like, I feel like we're still, and maybe this is because of how I'm feeling. I've been in this burnout phase for a while now, probably the last 3 or 4 months. I was in a different kind of burnout earlier. I was just working a lot in my last job, and it was just like exhaustion, like just working too many hours, working too fast, working at a pace that was not humanly normal, but I was doing it knowing that there was like a deadline, like that it was going to be done and I didn't have to do that after. So that's kind of the only reason why I like crunch or would work in that mode is knowing it's short term. It's not like a constant. But yeah, I think about this like whole concept of like, oh, you're going to be more efficient now and work on higher level activities. And like, what does that mean? And then there was another thing that they had said, and I read it in a very different way because they were trying to spin it positively. And I was like, And I don't know who said this, but it was like, the possibilities are limitless, but capabilities aren't. And I read that as like, yeah, you have all this AI and all these tools and all this technology and you can do so much with it. But at the end of the day, a human can only read so much. And this is where I think of like, okay, first you have to like learn how to use the AI. Then you have to learn how to talk to it. And then you have to still read what it like spits out to you to make sure it's right. So like there's still, it's maybe saving, like I say things like searching. Like I hate searching through like files and files and files to try and find something. So again, being a better search tool is very useful. And like I find like the voice automated stuff, like I've been playing with Chat GPT and I was asking, so I think my theory, I don't know her breed, but I feel like Wanda is part Schnauzer, part Shih Tzu. Could be something else in there. And so I was looking up like what are the characteristics of Schnauzer. So I have Chat GPT on my phone. I actually pay for the full version because I want to play with it and learn it. And I was like, can you tell me like the basic characteristics of a Schnauzer? And it was like, it's a family-friendly dog, and they're very smart and very obedient. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, she's very smart, very obedient. Not super smart, but she's definitely a smart dog. Where was I going with that? So yeah, there's an efficiency there because I'm not trying to type. My fat thumb's on my phone. I'm very terrible at typing. So yeah, and that's cool. Like I didn't have to like scroll through web pages. The thing that I kind of hate about Chat GPT is it doesn't give you its sources though. So like I don't trust it. So I still end up looking stuff up anyway. Kind of defeats the purpose. Anyway, I'm really like fascinated about the concept of burnout because I hear a lot of people saying they're burnt out. I've heard it like just in general conversation. You see it online all the time. And I'm really curious to know what you guys think about. Like, I want to delve into that topic. Like, why are we experiencing so much burnout now? Like, and is it like a post, like during COVID, there was a burnout thing. Post-pandemic, I feel like there's a COVID, like a burnout relation thing. Again, I feel like the pace of things, the change of things feel very uncertain all the time. So I feel like burnout is not necessarily like working too hard. I also think, and again, this is coming from my own personal perspective and my own pressures on myself. I feel like we're expected to, and even if it's not like online, but just trying to like live. Like you're expected to be able to manage money well. You're expected to keep a clean house. You're expected to like cook. You're expected to do really good at your job. You're expected to have hobbies. You're expected to be interesting. Like there's so many. And that's just like all in myself. Forget about my expectations for like what other people, like, you know, helping other people, like again, doing stuff, you know, volunteering or like helping family or whatever. Like it's overwhelming. And I'm not even talking about like, you know, back in the day it was like the woman, the boss mom that could have it all. I feel like this sort of pressure is on everybody now to fulfill all of these kinds of things. Like again, like finance, like you're supposed to be able to like save the future, go on holiday, buy the things you want, you know, help the economy by buying stuff, going out to eat. Like there's all these expectations, but still save money and save for your future and have, you know, 30% savings and have a mortgage and have a house. And like there's all these expectations that I just find like overwhelming. And I'm wondering if like that's contributing to burnout. Like how do we solve this? How do we like, yes, it's easy to be like, don't put all these pressures on yourself. You don't need to be all these things. Just relax. But this stuff is coming at you constantly. Even if you're not online, it's coming at you constantly. Like, just go to the grocery store and look at, like, the price of margarine. Like, it's so frustrating. So, I don't know. It's a topic that I'm interested in. I'm interested in maybe delving deeper into, maybe doing, like, a series on it. Like, what is burnout? What is this feeling that most of us, that many of us are feeling? Why are we feeling this way? What are things that we can do actively to start remedying these things? And the other thing, too, that I was thinking about was, I was in a meeting this morning, and somebody was like, oh, I have a problem with this. This is a problem. We need to fix this problem. And a light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, is that really a problem? Is it something that just irritates you? Something you don't like? Something you wish was different? But is not really a problem? Am I making sense on that? It just, we identify something as a problem to be fixed. I don't know. Maybe that's my mentality too. I'm a problem solver. That's, again, why I was in tech, I think, and I did, tech support. I love to fix a problem. I love to fix things. I see a problem and I want to fix it. I want to fix things all the time. I want to make things better. And maybe sometimes things are not actually a problem. Maybe there's certain things you just can, like, it is. I hate to say that is what it is, but, like, maybe you need to reframe what that thing is and realize maybe it's just you that doesn't like something. And you have to find a way to, like, navigate around that. Maybe address your feelings about it. I don't know. It just made me think. It was a very interesting thought that I had that I've never had before. And it was kind of a little bit of a light bulb. Anyway, if you're interested, like, let me know if you're interested in me delving into burnout. It's definitely, again, a topic that I'm interested in. Don't know what that would look like in terms of videos. Maybe it's not something you're interested in at all. Right? Just stick to makeup. Stick to makeup, girl, and don't go into these other things that your little tiny brain gets all excited about. Anyway, I want to try and get a few more decorations up on here, and I need to film, or I am filming. I need to edit this video and get it posted, and I don't want to be up all night doing that. So I'm going to end this video here. I know, very unexciting, very rambly. This is where my head is right now. I do want to mention that Wanda is fine. Wanda is great. She's perfection. She's sleeping in her little blanket area right now, so I don't want to pick her up or anything. But yeah, she's fabulous. She had a dental last week. Her teeth are fine. She had a couple of teeth pulled, but that was it. She's a lovely little house guest. I am trying to, like, just stay quiet over here. She's doing great, because I feel like if we fly under the radar, I can keep her a little longer. I know that's not really true. Whenever she finds an adopter, she goes through profiles. But my hope is she's working on the more difficult dogs to place right now, because it would be nice to get some of those more difficult dogs sorted out before the holidays. And then we can deal with Wanda after the holidays. My God, she's just the cutest. It is so hard to leave for work in the morning, because she just scrunches. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the video here, because I will just continue to ramble. If you did like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up if you want, and I would love it if you did subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. This video was totally different than most of my videos, but there might be future videos like this. I don't know, some rambly coffee chats. Won't be decorating trees, because we won't do that, but maybe do like some random deep dive into like philosophical or like social topics. I don't know, just some different stuff. I'm just thinking about doing something different. So anyway, I hope you are doing well, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye.